Hi there and welcome to Andy Robinson RC. Cheers for checking out the channel today, and on this episode we have this rather nice original vintage Tamiya Frog. Now, little story behind this as well. This is a good friend of mine's frog. It's Mark Swift's, and he's built this up and said would like to show it on the channel, which of course I do, because it's rather nice. But originally I had this for a while and I was going to do a build series on it and restore it on the channel. Now I ended up sort of deciding, well, a couple of reasons, but one of the reasons is I decided against restoring it on the channel because with having problems with my arms and things, when I do things it can be quite awkward. So I tend not to do build series videos. So that was one reason. And also, which is no one else's fault or anything, it was probably just a bit of my own mindset. Mark used to, he does it as a hobby, but he used to restore classic cars and minis as one of his previous jobs, and it's very fastidious and does a proper job. And I thought to myself, I don't think I can do it to Mark's sort of standard. So I saw that I had that doubt niggling in my mind, and I thought, you know, it just made me sort of, I'll get around to it, I'll do it later, because I didn't think I could do a good enough job of it, basically. So it ended up being in the house for a while, and other things came in for the channel and whatnot, so that they took precedent, and this just was still laying around. So Mark said, "Have you still got the frog?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "Right, if you give it us back, I'll get it built up." So I sort of apologised for not doing it, and anyway, Mark did it, and we have the finished item here. In one way I wish I had done it, but I just don't think I could have done it justice, or certainly not to the level that Mark does his restorations. So yeah, so there we go. I did start it though. I did have the chassis halves done together, put together, and I did have the mechanical speed control put in. So I did actually start it, and then we were waiting for a few parts for it, and then yeah, it just never happened. But Mark's done it, and he's made a thoroughly good job. I'll tell you also as well, at one point when the Iconic RC revival events were doing the concourse part of the events and the concourse trophies, I think in Mark's class, I think he won every year until they stopped doing concourse. So that was the sort of thing I had to live up to, and then, yeah, I just bowled it. Anyway, right, let's take the body shell off. Now, it has been left clear because I know Mark will be selling this on, and so he's left it clear so whoever buys it can paint it up how they want. Now, so this is the chassis, I say. Now, I'm not a super expert on early frogs or frogs in general, but I think this is an earlier version. It doesn't have the short bumper on. I think that is the normal sized bumper. Now watch me be wrong, but I think that's the normal sized bumper. Now, if it is a short bumper, it's a really early frog. But it's got the black tie rod ends, go on the ball studs, the cups in black, and also the resistor plate at the back is black as well, and I think they were black on the earlier type. It's got a diff though. So I can't remember now if the early frogs were just if they didn't have a diff like the early brats or not. I cannot remember, to be honest. So if someone could let me know, that'd be awesome. My memory is abysmal, but it's got a diff. I don't know. When did the Frog come out now? About 1983. So I think this is an early-ish one. But yeah, if someone could tell me exactly, that'd be good. But yeah, it's been all cleaned up really well, and all the parts have been polished up. It's done a rather nice job. Now what Mark did do, I can tell you. Oh no, what have I done now? I'm breaking it. Sorry. I'm breaking things. There we go. Put that back. Right, no, that's all on camera now. Foiled. No, what I was going to say is, now, as you can see, it's got a mechanical speedo in, and the steering and throttle servo. But what Mark did, he actually rewired a small ESC underneath the MSC mounting plate, and he's wired it to look like this is hooked up to the motor, but it's not. It's actually the ESC that's hooked up to the motor and just disguised underneath there, so it looks like the mechanical speedo was linked up, which is rather nice. It's a bit better if you want to keep, I mean, if you were going to run it, it's a bit better to, you know, a bit more safer, the fact you could run it with an ESC and you're not going to lose it in range and then the buggy shoots off on its own. So that was cool. It's also got a very nice period 27 turn stock motor, which is an MPS, what is it? MPS FTD, which is cool, and it's got the box for that. I'll show you that in a minute. So yeah, rather nice. But yeah, tyres, I believe these are original as well. Still pretty soft, which is good. There's no cracks in them or anything. So yeah, it's a really nice original thing. Now, yeah. Now, the only thing that might not be original, I don't think that's an original body. Thinking about it. I can't remember what I said now, so I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's not an original body. But the rest of the vehicle is. Now, what I will do is, as well, I've got this here. Get this little box over. So, that said, Mark is going to look to sell that. But so he's left the body clear if anyone wants to do it. Now, what we have here, I think the original plan was, where he was going to spray it up, and he was going to do the slightly alternative Frog colours with the white body and the green trim around it, around the bottom, instead of the pink. If you look here, he's got all the paints in there. If you want to do it pink or the green, you've got the white and the black. So all the paints there to do it. In here, loads of spares, all in there. So yeah, a few spares and whatnot's in there. Even for the remote, you've got the green. Is it on the one of the green flag at one point? It must have had a green crystal in it. It's got not that now. It's actually got a split crystal looking at this, orange and red. That's what's in it now. And also there it is, the FTD Racing stock motor. There's the nice little box for it as well, which is cool. So it's a really nice period thing. So lump them back in there. Even the remote, the Futaba transmitter. So remote, which is an FP-T2MR. It's AM 27 megahertz. It is mint, absolutely mint. Batteries in. You might not be able to see it from there, but it all works. So yeah, fantastic stuff. But yeah, I don't think there's any corrosion on the battery terminals or anything. Not that I can see. From there, so yeah, fantastic condition. And then what we've got in here, this is the decals for it. So yeah, it is a repro body because they're the window mask for it. So you've got here I think these must be the replica ones. Yeah, you've not the replica ones. Sorry, I'm talking rubbish. You've got a set of Tamiya Frog decals, And then looking at it, these look like some the original set of decals, but the reproduction ones, I think they were the MCI ones as well. So you can decal the repro body up to make it look exactly like an original Frog would have done, which is cool because it's a very vintage and original Frog. So yeah, so you've got all the stuff there, which is cool. I'm trying not to make this sound like a sales pitch. But I thought it was cool to show you because it's just a really nice example of a restored vintage Tamiya Frog. So what I will do is I will, in fact, no, I will leave the car like that, we'll put the body there, and I will bring the camera over and we will have a bit of a closer look because it's just rather cool. So as you can see, there it is. A really nice Frog built by Mr. Swift there. You can tell it's the original chassis because it's got some discoloration to the chassis frame. So there's no disputing that this is an original one. But it's just really done. It's just really nicely done. Driver figures all painted up. So yeah, it's lovely, lovely stuff. So, I was tempted to ask how much Mark's selling it for, but I've not asked him yet, so I don't actually know. But I admit, although it's really nice to have a vintage Frog like this, I'd have to convert it to the upgraded drive dog bones in the rear, because I'd want to run it. But yeah, so but that's super cool. So yeah, cheers to Mark for lending this to me to put on the channel so I could show you. I hope you enjoyed checking it out. So yeah, can't beat a bit of 80s nostalgia. So yeah, that's the Tamiya Frog. Right, okay, so I'm gonna leave this video here. Cheers for checking it out. Much appreciated as always, and if you haven't already, please do consider subscribing to the channel. It's much appreciated. Hit the notification bell and the like button, and also come find us on Instagram and Facebook under Andy Robinson RC. Right, I shall leave you all in peace. Look after yourselves and take care. And we'll see you all soon on the next one. See ya!